Hey everyone, Travis here at the CLG house to talk to CLG's new top laner and jungler, Ogre2 and Heinz. Never heard of these guys before, must be coming from the challenger scene. No, actually, you guys are part of CLG. Hasn't had another team other than a League of Legends team for quite some time. You are now part of a Halo team that they're getting. Is this correct?
That is correct.
So, I'm a League of Legends interviewer generally. But you guys are Halo players. I think a lot of people who watch this interview, CLG fans, might not know about your pedigree, as it were. I've heard of many times before. Do you want to go ahead and say, like what your history is and who you are in the Halo community?
It's a very long story. I'll try to be brief. I started competing in 2003. Back then, Halo wasn't very big, but then it got really big, and I've been around for a full decade just winning a bunch of tournaments. I don't really know how much detail you want on that, but I've won tournaments in Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, and hopefully Halo 2 Anniversary coming up here.
Is it fair to what's that?
Hope so.
Is it fair to say you are one of the most prestigious players in Halo history?
Yeah, I've got by far the most tournament wins, and I'm the only one who's won a national championship in every one of the games.
And now you're on CLG, so it's all about to change, buddy. All right, you, Heinz, you want to give me a breakdown of your history?
Yeah, I started playing in Halo 2 back in 2006. I did not know about the competitive scene right away, but then I saw this guy playing on the USA Network Saturday mornings, trying to watch cartoons, ended up watching Halo, and from that point on, I always wanted to compete. I started my professional career in Halo 3. I've won 4 MLG events since then, and never really looked back. I've always wanted to team with him. I had a chance at one point, but I made the mistake of not doing that, and I wasn't going to make that mistake twice.
Very good, very exciting. I like that. Now, you guys are 2 members of the team, but actually there are 3 other dudes hanging out on the other side of the camera right now who are also part of this team. You want to break it down?
We have our coach, Diesel, who helps us out with communication and timing of weapons and stuff in the game, and also a lot of stuff outside the game. And then we got the talent, Snakebite and Royal 2. Snakebite and Royal 2, they're both very young. A lot of people haven't heard of them in the Halo scene, even if they didn't follow Halo Reach, was pretty much when they started to make a name for themselves. But they just turned 18 and 19, and they're 2 of the best players in the game.
Heinz, how did this team end up happening, and how are you on it?
Actually, yeah, Ogre2, Royal 2, and Snakebite were a trio. I was on a team with 2 players called Lethal and a Pure Gangster. We were looking for a 4th for a few months, wasn't working out for whatever reason. And Tom came to me in June when Halo 2 Anniversary was announced, and I was a little hesitant because there was nothing going on at the time. But as time moved on and things started getting a little more serious with Halo, I decided I needed to get a little more serious and make sure I was on an established team. And I brought Diesel with me. He's a great coach and on a day-to-day basis very useful to the team. So, yeah, that's how we ended up together.
Now, Ogre2, if you could tell me a little bit about how you ended up on CLG now, because again, CLG never had sort of like, it's only had Dota and League to my memory. How did this end up coming about?
It's been in the works for a while now. Kelby actually used to play a bunch of Halo back in the Halo 2 days, and he was a really big fanboy. And I forget how it even started. He mentioned that they might be looking to expand into Halo, since there was a new Halo coming out, if it was going to be competitive. And we were sort of just waiting to see how that went because there wasn't much information released. And then at the time, I was playing with Snakebite and Royal 2 for Call of Duty, just sort of dabbling in that a little bit. And Kelby was thinking about maybe picking us up for that just because we were Halo players trying to play Call of Duty. But we ended up not doing so well in that. And lucky for us, there's a new Halo game coming out they're pushing it for esports pretty hard. So we obviously went back to Kelby, who we had been talking to on and off for several months, and that's sort of how this happened.
Kelby, for those that don't know, maybe the Halo fans out there, formerly the general manager of CLG, now works with them through Good Game Agency. Heinz, for your just out of curiosity, because I have seen, as someone who hasn't been part of the Halo scene or followed it very much, it seems like it goes a little bit like this over the years, right? Like I remember Halo 4 came out and there was some hype around it. I saw some stuff at MLG and then it kind of died out. So what are your thoughts on the future of Halo as a competitive esport?
It's looking pretty good right now. When Halo 4 didn't succeed, they went away from what made Halo successful. And with Halo 2 Anniversary, I feel like they're bringing a lot of that back, which includes no sprints, no bloom, arena-style maps, great game types, all the likes of that they went away from, and they're bringing it back.
So for you, you think that this up and coming time should be pretty good. I know I just saw today or yesterday a announcement even from ESL that says they're going to be doing, like a big tournament league kind of deal.
Yeah, there should be some sort of Halo championship series they announced recently, and that's very good because we need something that's consistent, something that's there for us for the whole year, building up into Halo 5 so that we can make it even bigger when Halo 5 comes out.
Now, Ogre2, back to the CLG side of things, what is the organization going to be doing for you guys in terms of providing resources, or what will they be able to do to help support you guys as you compete in this new esport world of Halo?
Well, for me, it's just really exciting to be with an outside organization. I've always worked with the league itself when MLG was sort of the one running Halo tournaments, and it's going to be nice working with an organization as well established as CLG, who can help promote us and push us, to sponsors and, just get our name out there, even help promote Halo in general. But we wanted to go with CLG because we're sort of like their first expansion. I personally think that's kind of cool and pretty proud to be a part of that.
In terms of, are you guys, because I don't follow Halo, as I've said about 10 times in this interview so that people don't make fun of me, but in League people do like the team house stuff, like we're actually at a CLG team house right now. Is that something that happens in Halo? Is that something that you guys are looking at?
That sort of started happening on Call of Duty recently for console. Halo died out about 3 years ago after Halo Reach for the most part competitively, and there weren't really any teams doing team houses at that point. I feel like that's a more recent thing. There are a bunch of teams talking about doing that now for the upcoming season here, and we are definitely looking to doing something like that as well.
So investigating it possibly for the future. Heinz, any final thoughts that you want to say to any of the Halo fans, or even people who maybe like the CLG fans that are normally tied to League of Legends? Anything that you want to say to those guys about maybe the CLG Halo team?
Well, just in Halo in general, you got to give this new Halo a chance because the last few Halos obviously haven't been successful, but they're going back to the Halo roots. And us 4 players are good at the Halos that were successful, and I think if you guys root for us, you'll be having a good time this year.
Any closing thoughts here, Ogre2?
I just wanted to mention one more time how big of a fanboy Kelby is.
Well, there we have it. Kelby is a big fanboy. Great way to end this interview. Congratulations, and hope you guys enjoy your stay on the CLG team. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports at ongamers.com.